Okay, so for today, I want to talk about responding to setback and responding to um, pressure situations. I feel like in sports, in soccer, in life, I feel like there's one of two responses that you can have when things don't go your way. I feel like you can either um, retreat or you can dig deeper. I coached a game yesterday. It was against this team, and my girls played super well. They played super good. And in reflection, I had a couple girls, um, or just what I'm hoping to see more of is like resilience and um, the ability to like fight through stress. I feel like at the end of the day, we we will always and constantly be being bombarded with stress from our external environment, be it I think soccer is the best analogy that I can use because I'm a soccer coach, but it's like, what do you do when you're getting your hair pulled? What do you do when things aren't going your way? What do you do when you lose? What do you do when you're losing? How do you respond when the coach doesn't play you? How do you respond when this girl's playing better than you and she's taking your spot? It's like, I feel like what helps us most is when we can kind of transcend these things that these like I feel like it's like almost mental gymnastics. It's like you kind of have to really let things roll off your shoulder. And I know that's tough to do as a younger athlete. I feel like you learn these things as you age and you mature and you have wisdom and you have life experience, but it's not being so reactive, right? I feel like there's always going to be something, right? There's always going to be some like girl who does this, or like this girl gets angry, or like this thing happens, and like all of those things like may be true. Those things may be like really accurate, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to react in such a strong way. I feel like if we take ownership over our reactions, um, we can play better and show up better. But in today, what I feel in reflection of taking a loss, I'm currently coaching a girls' team, and we are undefeated since the first game, and that's been super sweet. And I feel like we've been riding that momentum, and we had our first loss since the first game, and I kind of feel it. I kind of feel like the sting of that. I feel the frustration of that. I feel like um, I feel for the girls, and I feel like for myself in regards to like we're working our butts off, we're doing the best that we can, and it sucks. It sucks to take an L. It sucks to lose. Like losing sucks, and I feel like what I'm reflecting on in real time and processing is like bouncing back from setback, and what's the best way and the best way to go about responding to losing and responding to um, things not going your way. I feel like things happen for a reason, and I feel like maybe like this, maybe maybe my team needed this loss to kind of reground and regroup and to like look at the season differently. I feel like um, in a lot of ways, this group of girls has got away with a lot of bad habits, and I feel like that's really it stems up to me, and I feel like in regards to developmental soccer, so much of it is about like creating a vibe and making enjoyment a big focus of the season and of the team. But at the same time, like I want to win. I want to win, and so do the girls who are competitive on this team. Like I sense that. So it's like this really fine line of um, making everybody feel like they're getting what they want out of the team, and trying to instill like culture and discipline and philosophy. It's a very interesting thing to take on, and I love coaching soccer for these reasons. Of you learn so much about yourself, about others, about inspiring others, about being a coach, um, being like a leader, like being somebody who can really inspire and get the best out of people. I think that's one thing I'm learning. But in regards to today in this video, um, I feel like so much of bouncing back from a setback comes from not sitting within the negativity too long. It's almost like you kind of have to have selective amnesia. You kind of have to like be quick to forget things and be fast to let go of things that don't serve you, and to be fast to say like I don't identify with like the negative things that had happened in that game, and moving on quickly, right? And I think that's the nature of soccer is you have to have a quick fast memory. You have to move on fast. You have to take things as they come, and uh, do your best to like rise through those things, and to um, like transcend those things. And I feel like that starts with having an acceptance of where you are. I feel like as a coach, for me, like I want to win every game, right? Like I get really competitive, I get really protective over the girls that I coach. I get really like fired up, and um I feel like within that sometimes I lose like I don't even know. Like I know I feel like I could be better, and I feel like that's the nature of the athlete in me, which wants to constantly improve. But in regards to bouncing back from a setback, um, what I'm learning is it's not to be like reactive. It's like almost the less that you can be reactive to the situation in regards to like the less that I'm gonna like let this sit with me, and the more we can kind of just get onto, well, what do we need to do today to reground, and um to recenter, and um to like refocus, right? And I feel like that's a piece to not letting negative outcomes, right? I feel like a really wise person once said to me, life's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. And I take that to heart in regards to like I life is genuinely how you respond to it. Like, how do you react to life? How do you handle confrontation? How do you move in a way that is going to be good for you? And I feel like these are things that I constantly am processing and working through. And in regards to like this setback specifically, it's like, how can I reground this team in the fact that they're having a great season, they're having a really great campaign, and it's continuing to move forward and to be excited and can continue to like be happy, but also focus on development, right? And there's a level of like seriousness and a level of intentionality that I bring into the game and into this group of girls. And like I always hope I'm never like taking it too far, but I very much understand that you have to like you have to want it. You have to want to compete. You have to want to dig in. You have to want to like work hard. You have to want to do the things that are going to lead to success. But what happens when success doesn't happen? And I feel like for me, so much of it is being non-reactive to the negativity, being non-reactive to, and not second guessing ourselves too much, and saying like, I I've second guessed myself out of this. I don't feel like we can do that. I feel like we have to accept the effort and then to let it go and to move forward, right? So even as I process now, it's like letting go. Like letting go of the loss is the best way to kind of transcend it and move past it. And that for me is what I feel like I can communicate today is um, how can we like let go of what happened? How can we let go of the loss and like reground in the fact that there's more of the season left. There is there's not only more of the season, but uh, there are big games coming up, and it's not staying in um, stuck in uh, what it like this past game, and how can we move forward, right? So ultimately, what I'm trying to communicate is in today's reflection, it is like not when you do get a setback, you get a loss, you get like pushed around, You feel like you've been whatever, like your hair gets pulled, or even you're going through internal stuff. I feel like I really resonate with one of my athletes who kind of go is currently going through like panic attacks, and she's going through like feel like feeling like that all of the world is um like coming in at her, and then it makes her like shut down. And I like relate a lot to that in my past life. I feel like I dealt with a lot of anxiety and a lot of like performance anxiety, and like being stressed out about the big moment, and like I just feel a lot of that, and I know that like internal battles are real that we go through. Heartache is real, pain is real, passion for the game is real. Like I love seeing players who are so passionate about the game. They're throwing elbows, they're in tears, they love the game, and I feel like there's that piece of yeah, be calm, but there's also a piece of like losing yourself in the madness. Like there's a piece of chaos which is good. I feel like you can only really tap your ultimate potential when you can embrace chaos and you can almost go confront chaos and like let that be a part of you. Like let the dance. Like soccer is. I had a mentor once say to me that soccer. The reason that soccer is great is like it's chaos. It's like 90 minutes of chaos and then like couple moments couple moments of brilliance, a couple moments of beauty. And I feel like that's life. Like life in a lot of ways is like this dance of craziness, 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 and then there's moments of amazing things that can happen. And I feel like it's when only when you can embrace that dance and embrace that chaos and like lean into that insanity that is the dance, that is the soccer game, that is life, that you can really create beauty, right? You're never going to create beauty on the sideline. You're never going to create um, something amazing by not leaning into the madness. And I feel like that's, especially within me as a creative person, like my best work genuinely comes from when I'm like deep within the art, or like I'm deep within the dance, or I'm deep within coaching, or like I'm at the absolute like peak of where I need to be, and then I have these really strong intuitive hunches that are correct. So it's not. So all this to say, to bounce back from a setback, before I just go on a crazy tangent, is so much so to like to let go of the moment that you were suffering from, to learn from it, to reflect on it, and then learn from it. Um, and I feel like that's the piece too that I want to take away is to learn from this past game and to move forward. In addition to like be really truthful and honest with what you could have done better, but also realize that it's one moment in this thing. It's one moment in a long campaign. Soccer is dealt with in seasons. It's a long campaign. It's a campaign of strategy. Um, it's a campaign of like really deep strategy and really deep gamesmanship, gamesmanship and competitiveness. And there's this piece that is really amazing about that. And what I love about today and about the game is I love having an opportunity to reflect and to take away and learn something from the stress of losing. And I hope that you can do that too.